Hey guys, this is Jordan Winter and you're watching No Free Lunches. Today we're here in Lawrence, Kansas, trying to find the best vegetarian menu. Hope you're hungry. We're here at Ramen Bowls on the 900 block of Massachusetts. The owners, Tim and Chantel Grace, actually spent a number of years living in Hawaii. They decided to bring the aloha back to the States and made Ramen Bowls the first ramen bar in the state of Kansas. Now here at Ramen Bowls, the basic dish is a ramen bowl. So it comes with broth, noodles, and whatever toppings you have. And since there is such an emphasis on the noodles, the owners wanted to make sure that they have them as fresh as possible. There are two different kinds of noodles that Ramen Bowl chefs make in-house. There are the thin tonkatsu noodles, which are similar to spaghetti, and then the thick wavy miso noodles, which are what you would expect to be in ramen. There are also vegan and gluten-free options. For vegan, there are the somen noodles, and for the gluten-free option, there are rice noodles, which are thin and translucent. So Raisa, where did the recipe come from that you used to make the noodles?
So the recipe is Tim kind of created, and then when I got here, it's already like set up. Kyle used to teach me how to make noodles. So I think there have been like 4 noodle makers, so Tim, and then I believe there are 2 more people before Kyle, and then Kyle and then me. So I'm like the 5th generation of the noodle maker.
Awesome. And I love that this is labeled the noodle scale, like we can't use it for anything else.
No, I told John, it's like John or everybody else, like do not do not ever use my noodle scale.
Does it sound like we have a super secret ingredient or something?
Yeah, this is the part that you cannot really show.
The secret is safe with us.
This is the miso one. The miso one is my favorite child because it's the texture is easier to make, and it's not as fussy as you know, when you have to chop. There is a possibility you have a favorite.
Yeah, for sure. Well, the wavy miso noodles apparently are more well behaved, so I don't blame you for picking sides.
Yeah, I'm a bad parent. I'm like a queen when I have this card because everybody just get out of my way.
Yeah.
Bye. So sometimes it's supposed to be like this, but then some of them are like getting clumpy. I think that's the main difference with like bakery dough. They need to rest to be, you know, get a right texture. For us, it's like you need to do it as fast as you can to get a right texture.
Yeah. That's awesome.
And I want to make sure that the sheet is really tight so that it won't undo itself when I roll more.
Wow, that is super smooth. Yep. That's like paper.
Mm-hmm. Almost like paper. The thing about the noodle making process is that if something goes wrong anywhere, it can just ruin the whole thing. The first roll is only the dough, and then the second one will be this sheet with the loose dough. So we have a better texture when we cut it later on. So this is the difference between this is the seed only, and then this is the seed and the dough. So you can see the difference, and then when you tear it, it's like easier than this. Sometimes like I even talk with you like, come on, don't do this to me, okay now?
Gotta talk to it.
Yeah, maybe it's just me, but sometimes the machine like knows when I have a bad mood, and he'll just start cranky like, I'm having a bad mood, can you just be good? But no. So if you miss one step, it's not going to ruin the whole thing, but it's just like giving you a hard time.
Yeah.
Harder time.
Can we get a veggie pad thai, please? A goddess ramen and a ghost ramen, but can we do that vegetarian? So fried shiitakes instead of the pork, and of course sauce on the side, because you know that's too spicy.
And of course veggie miso broth on that as well.
Yeah, for sure. And then can we also do some edamame and veggie egg rolls to start, please?
like it.
Thank you, Chloe.
Okay.
So our appetizers have arrived. We have our veggie egg rolls with a my ploy sweet chili sauce. And here's the edamame, which is grilled fresh with sesame oil. There's a unique combination of ingredients in these veggie egg rolls. There's the rice noodles, which actually come in some of the ramen bowls, spinach, and chunks of pineapple. A lot of veggie egg rolls don't play off of this sweet and savory combo, but it works really well. If fried veggie egg rolls are a little too heavy for you, another appetizer is the edamame. These are sauteed in sesame oil and pack a clean protein punch that won't weigh you down before the meal comes. Amazing! You know we had to promo those fried shiitakes.
Oh, I know.
While there are a few default vegetarian options on the menu, you can swap out the protein and the broth to make any dish on the menu vegetarian. This is the ghost ramen, but it doesn't look like it usually does. This is just an example of how you can modify a bowl to make it vegetarian. This comes with a veggie miso broth, and instead of pork belly, we sub that out for some fried shiitakes. These are fried in a spicy dredge, so they have a kick to them. Really crisp, really tasty, and they make for a great protein substitute. Unless you're a masochist, I would recommend not using a whole lot of this ghost sauce. It's house-made, and yes, it is as spicy as it sounds. It's made with real ghost peppers, and all you really need is the tip of a chopstick. Let's take a little bit of the ghost sauce and massage it into that bowl. All of the bowls come with a great presentation, but when you're mixing the ghost sauce in, you really want to get it in there, so don't be afraid to make a mess. Another source of protein for this bowl is the braised egg. These are soaked overnight in brown sugar, chili flakes, and soy sauce. It is very hot, but make no mistake, these are tears of joy. The goddess comes with a great array of vegetables on top, with spinach, Napa cabbage, avocado, and scallions. It's basically the standard vegetarian fare. But what sets this apart is the tofu that comes with it and the roasted red pepper aioli. This is made in-house with mayo, sriracha, and roasted red peppers. Let's drizzle some of this on top. This is a great addition because it gives a really creamy consistency to tofu that can be sometimes dense. And for our final dish of the night, we have the vegetarian pad thai, which also comes vegan by default. This is Ramen Bowls' take on a traditional pad thai. Ramen is known for being warm and comforting, but this peanut sauce, along with the peanut chunks that are on top, just give it an extra depth. To watch the rest of the series on Lawrence's vegetarian-friendly restaurants, head over to nofreelunches.co, where I cover Burrito King, Burger Stand, and Culinaria. Stay up to date by following us on Instagram and subscribing to our YouTube channel. Links are in the description. Thanks for watching.